What you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Hey everybody, I'm Amy Chang, a nurse, a mom, and a health coach, and this is Healthy AF, where honesty and humor and heart meet real talk about feeling good again, inside and out. We're cutting through the noise, dropping the guilt, and reminding you getting healthy isn't about perfection. It's about choosing yourself, one loving decision at a time. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Healthy AF. My name's Amy Chang, and I'm a health coach with Healthy Life Health and Wellness Coaching. This is our last holiday prep. So we've done, 4 holiday prep podcasts now. So if you're not ready for Christmas, I don't know. Give me a call or something. Maybe we can work it out. So this podcast, the other podcasts I really focused in on sanity makers and personal empowerment and staying in your own boundaries and your own personal empowerment as you interact with so many loved ones that you love and also that you sometimes want to choke out. This time, I want to just go super easy on those habits, those healthy habits that you either have established in your life or those really super fragile, you're just beginning to establish habits. This happens a lot, actually, in my practice. What I see is that we come off the good times of summer, June, July, August. Maybe we let go. We have a little fun in the sun, a little bit too much ice cream and hot dogs, cookout food. And then we hit September, the kids are getting back to school. We're sort of getting our feet underneath us. Weather's still nice a little bit. And in October-ish, that's when we start buckling down into some of those habits again. I'm getting to the gym more consistently. I'm cooking at home. I have discovered my jeans don't fit, so I'm watching my nutritional intake, trying to shift that a little bit. And we come into the holiday season and finish out the year with these habits that really had maybe 6 weeks to get solid before our schedules go all over the place with the travel and the family and the food and the celebration and the drinking and the, whatever. So I wanted to just bring you back and do a super quick podcast on okay, what are the things that we know that keep our habits through this crazy town holiday season so that when January comes back, we are not restarting. All right, here we go. Consistency is always key. So if you think to yourself, okay, these are my habits. Get clear on what your habits are. Is it that gym habit, that workout habit, that running habit, that I run and I get outside habit? I run and I get outside and I have music habit. What is it? Get really straight on it. What does that whole habit encompass that's important for you? It might be that you do yoga on your mat at your house. Or it could be you do yoga on your mat in a studio with your best friend who meets you there on Tuesdays at 4. You see, those are very different vibes, right? And so you're going to substitute in, if you need to, in different ways. So get really flat on what your habits are, what they look like, and the ones that are really solid and the ones that are little baby deer legs happening in there. Get really flat on those habits. Then we're going to apply consistency as our number one tool to those habits. If I, for instance, go to the CrossFit gym with my people at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday as my habit, and I am out of town or out of commission or I have family in, I want to substitute an action that mimics my CrossFit habit. It might be I go to CrossFit every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m., and that's fine. It might be I don't go to the CrossFit, but at 7 o'clock every morning, I check in with my 7 o'clock class and say hello, and then I take myself on a walk. Or I go downstairs in the basement and lift. It doesn't matter what you replace it with. What matters is you get it replaced. Okay? This is a massive achievement. Now, we might get up in our head a lot. All of my work is done between your ears, okay? We might get up in our head about like, well, I didn't lift as long as I usually do, or well, I usually work out for an hour and I only did it for 15 minutes. Stay out of there. It's a bad neighborhood. You got one job, and your one job is to pick a substitute that you can manage that continues your consistency so that in January, we don't have to reinstitute that habit. We can just remold it to what actually now works. So that's your first tip is lean into your consistency, do your substitutions, and do your backup plans for your substitutions. I haven't talked about backup plans in a long time, but they're super handy. So if you decide, just staying with the same example, okay, I'm not going to go to the CrossFit at 7 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m., I'm going to go outside and I'm going to have a nice 30-minute run. That's going to be my consistency. That's my substitution. And it rains cats and dogs, or it snows, or it's icy where you've traveled to. Then you might say like, oh crap, how am I going to use my substitution? My consistency is going to take a hit. No, have your backup plan. And maybe that backup plan is like, if I get up at 7 a.m. and I start to go for a run and I'm in Pittsburgh and it is, sleeting and icy outside, then I'm going to do 100 burpees, downstairs in my basement or in my guest room, right? And so you've got those three things in place. You're protecting your consistency. You've got your substitute plan, and you've got your backup plan for your substitute. Okay, that's what keeps us on the level through January. Now, there's another tool that I really like to use, and that is kind of playing the tape forward. We got to set some boundaries on the holiday crazy making. And I like to ask my clients this question. Is it okay with you if I say, hey, in January, on the 15th or so, you've had the time of your life in your holidays and you're 30 pounds up and you feel like crap and you're having a nap during the day? Is that okay? And then they can say yes or no. And then we play that game, right? Well, what if I said you had the time of your life and you modified 2 things and you were up 15 pounds in January, but your energy was still pretty good? Would that be okay? And then I do it the other way. Okay, how about we get to January 15th, you're the exact same weight, you are fit as a fiddle, you've had a miserable time and missed out on all the family members who came to visit you for the holidays. Would that be okay? And then people can choose. So play that tape forward. Look into January. You got to call your shot on what you want January to look like. Get clear on that. And then pick just 1 or 2 modifications that you're going to make consistently to protect your January check-in. Now, here's an example. You might be traveling to your family's house for the week of Christmas. Or, even better, you might party hard with your family on Christmas and then leave and go to the Caribbean for that next week. Ooh, that'd be lovely. You can decide now, I am going to the Caribbean next week. It's going to be fabulous. They've got all kinds of food and all kinds of drinks and all kinds of, I want to do this tour and that. I want to get on that boat and I want to see that. Great. What's one thing you can put in place that you consistently do that will help you get to your January mark of having a great time and only being 5 pounds up? just one or two things. It might look like I'm going to eat and drink and do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to get 7,000 steps a day. Great. It might be I am going to start my day with a relatively normal breakfast, and then I'm going to eat a really heavy lunch at 2, and then I'm going to eat a lighter dinner every day. It might be I'm going to skip my breakfast and just have my coffee and then have a reasonable lunch and then a really large dinner and go to all the really cool restaurants we want to go to. Great. It might be I always walk to dinner and back. You can put little things in place and do them consistently that really make a big impact and protect your January. So that's it. That's all I've got for you. You should be so prepared for the holiday. Start calling your shot. Really look at where's my consistency? What are my habits? What's my substitution for my habits? What's my backup plan? And then what are the 2 or 3 things that I'm willing to do so that on January 15th, when I play that tape forward, I'm getting exactly what I wanted to have. Because that's what I want you to have. I want you to have exactly what you want to have. Happy holidays. You're so loved. And we will see you next time on Healthy AF. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Healthy AF. I hope something you heard helps you take one small, kind step toward your healthiest self. If you love this episode, hit subscribe so you never miss a conversation. And if you want more support, head over to myhealthylife.coach to connect with me. Remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to start choosing you. See you next time.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.